Gold Rush Parker Schnabel makes costly decision. Parker Schnabel is having a very rough time this season on Gold Rush. In interviews, Parker said things were tougher this season than normal before the season started, and he wasn't kidding. While he usually rolls through the seasons, making a lot of money by finding gold, things are slow rolling this season. He isn't likely to hit his goals, especially after a costly decision. Here is what Parker has done this season, making hitting his goals even less likely. Parker Schnabel has been struggling with his new land this season on Gold Rush. This season's failures were mostly caused by bad luck with the long cut plant. When his crew started defrosting the land, they realized the gold pay layer had dropped lower than they thought. This could have doomed them. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as they thought, but they still had to spend $20,000 daily on a sonic drill to test the depths. Despite being able to get started, they still came nowhere near the average gold they needed to hit Parker's goal. As a result, he has been pushing his crew harder and harder to improve the season totals. Parker has a $15 million investment, and he wants to find 10,000 ounces of gold this season. After 4 weeks, they have only extracted 135 ounces of gold, and things look bleak. To make things worse, Parker had to make a tough decision that could cost them even more time. Crew lead Tyson Lee used a 480 excavator to deliver pay dirt to the wash plant. However, the hard ground conditions shredded the bucket's cutting edge. This led to frequent halting of operations. With the forecasts indicating 10 more days of cold temperatures, Parker decided to suspend sluicing activities for at least 3 weeks to prevent further financial losses. This means their lack of success after 4 weeks will extend to at least 7. However, if this keeps him from losing money, it might be worth it in the long run. While Parker Schnabel is struggling on Gold Rush this season, he isn't alone. Rick Ness is having the worst season of anyone. He learned that his water license was rejected for renewal, which means if he can't find a way to get that decision reversed, he won't be able to work on his claim next year. He then had more bad luck when he bought a pump for his claim, and then found out too late that it was the wrong kind. He spent $150,000 on it, and this could be the move that derails him. Tony Beat's son Kevin is also working on his own claim, and he has already had to make a deal to get a truck from Parker for more than his budget would have allowed. However, Tony himself is rolling along without a problem. What are your thoughts on this season of Gold Rush? Do you think Parker Schnabel will turn things around? Let us know in the comments. Gold Rush. Parker Schnabel makes costly decision in the vast, unforgiving wilderness of the Klondike, where the earth holds both promises of fortune and the peril of failure. Parker Schnabel's journey through the world of gold mining has been nothing short of a roller coaster. As one of the most successful and recognizable faces of Discovery Channel's Gold Rush, Parker has seen his fortunes rise and fall with every season. But it's not just the gold he seeks that has earned him a reputation. It's his decision-making, the high-stakes risks, and his ability to navigate adversity that has kept audiences captivated. As of the latest season, Parker Schnabel finds himself at a critical crossroads, faced with a decision that could either cement his place as a gold mining legend or jeopardize everything he's worked for. It's a moment that has the potential to shift the trajectory of his mining operation and possibly cost him a fortune, but also one that might reveal the true measure of his character and vision. The weight of leadership. Parker's rise in the gold mining world didn't come easy. Taking over his grandfather's mining operation at the age of 16 after his grandfather's sudden death, he was thrust into a world of high-risk, high-reward decisions. Parker had to learn quickly, building his reputation as an industrious and smart operator capable of running one of the largest operations in the Klondike. Under his leadership, the Schnabel family mining business grew exponentially, pulling in more gold than any other miner in the region. His ability to take calculated risks, paired with his relentless work ethic, made him the youngest star in the Gold Rush franchise. But leadership isn't without its challenges. Over the years, Parker faced constant pressure to outperform his competitors and live up to the legacy of his grandfather, John Schnabel. As much as Parker is driven by his ambition, the demands of managing hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment and labor were a huge strain. The toll it takes on his personal life, mental health, and relationships with the people who work for him is undeniable. The decision Parker faces is need to balance both ambition and caution. As any experienced miner will tell you, the key to success in gold mining isn't just about finding gold. It's about managing the financial and logistical aspects of the operation. One bad decision, one poorly timed risk, can lead to disastrous consequences. Parker's understanding of this reality is something he's had to internalize over the years. The costly decision in the latest chapter of Gold Rush, Parker is given the opportunity to expand his mining operation. With increasing pressure to mine larger areas and secure a bigger payout, he contemplates a move that could alter the course of his entire operation. The decision at hand is whether or not to invest a significant amount of money into purchasing new land and upgrading equipment. It's a risk that could pay off in spades, but the potential for disaster is equally real. Parker is well aware that, with the right investment, he could mine some of the richest ground in the Klondike, potentially yielding millions of dollars in gold. However, this opportunity comes with a hefty price tag. Not only would he have to secure a loan to purchase the land, but he'd also need to hire more workers and acquire the necessary machinery to run a larger-scale operation. The stakes are higher than ever before. For Parker, the decision is more than just a financial one. It's a matter of pride, legacy, and vision. He's spent years building his empire, but can he afford to take such a monumental risk? The financial burden of upgrading equipment, securing a larger workforce, and paying for the land itself could easily push him into debt, and the failure to strike gold could result in his operation crumbling under the weight of its own costs. At the same time, Parker knows that staying stagnant could lead to a slow decline, a fate that's worse than failing big. In the world of gold mining, timing is everything. If Parker makes the wrong move, it could spell the end of his mining career. A miscalculation in investment or a misstep in planning could leave him financially ruined, with no backup plan in sight. But Parker is a gambler, and gambling has always been at the heart of mining. The allure of striking it rich is too strong to ignore, and in many ways, Parker's willingness to risk it all has become his trademark. The pressure builds the weight of this decision isn't just on Parker's shoulders. It's a decision that affects his entire team. Parker has built a tight-knit crew over the years, and they rely on him to lead them into success. From his trusted foreman, Rick Ness, to his skilled miners, Parker's decisions impact the lives and livelihoods of everyone who works with him. The tension among the crew members is palpable as they sense that Parker is leaning toward making a big move, and many of them are unsure of what the future holds. Rick, in particular, represents the voice of caution. Having seen Parker make risky moves in the past that have paid off, Rick is also wary of going too far. The crew has worked hard to establish themselves in their current mining area, and the thought of uprooting everything for an uncertain outcome brings a level of unease to the operation. Rick understands the stakes and doesn't want to see his team suffer if things don't go as planned. At the same time, there are others on the team who are eager for the challenge. The younger crew members, in particular, are enthusiastic about the chance to take on a larger operation. They see the opportunity as a way to prove themselves, to expand the scope of their work, and be a part of something bigger than they've ever known. The desire for success is palpable, but so too is the fear of failure. Parker himself is torn. His instincts tell him that this is the right time to take the plunge. The ground he's eyeing is rumored to be rich with gold, and he believes that he has the know-how and experience to make it work. But there's a creeping doubt in the back of his mind, a fear that the risks may outweigh the rewards. The fear of failure, the thought of losing it all, is something that keeps him awake at night. The long-term impact as the season unfolds, the decision becomes a pivotal moment, not just for Parker, but for the entire Gold Rush saga. Will his gamble pay off, or will it bring him to the brink of financial ruin? The answer, like gold itself, remains hidden beneath the surface, and it's unclear whether Parker will strike it rich or fall victim to the harsh realities of mining. This moment marks a critical juncture in Parker's career. He's no longer the young, inexperienced miner who inherited his grandfather's business. He's a seasoned operator with a team of loyal workers and millions of dollars in assets. With the pressure to maintain his success mounting, Parker must now prove that he has the wisdom, the foresight, and the resolve to make the right decision, even when the cost could be catastrophic. The true value of gold lies not just in